Blessings everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Life with Donna B. Today I'm going to show you how I plant my potatoes, which I will grow outside on my window ledge, because as you know I don't have a garden. So I'm going to show you what is needed, or what I'm going to be using today. I have a bucket here that I purchased from B&Q. I've already used my soldering iron and burnt some holes into the bottom. You need drainage. Whatever plant you're planting, you need some sort of drainage, if not you're going to cause the roots to rot. I have a bag here full of compost. I had used this compost once before and I'm going to use it again. As I always say, use what you have. I'm going to be adding some fertilizer to it, so it will be fine. These are my potatoes. Now, I tend to buy my potatoes from Sainsbury's. These are just normal white potatoes. And recently I found that the potatoes are not lasting. Within a couple of days of you getting them home, they're sprouting. You know, they're growing eyes, or chitting, as some people would say. So what I did is I got this piece of the egg carton and I decided that I would keep one eye, one sprout or one chit on the potato, and I picked off any of the other chits that were growing. So as you can see, I think these have been here for a couple of weeks now, which is fine. I tend to just put the ones that I intend to plant in the future in this egg carton, and I just put them in the corner of the room and I leave them there until I'm ready to plant them. So I'll be using these to plant with. Obviously I've got my watering can there, which has water in it. I'm going to water everything in once I've finished. And usually I use fish, blood and bone, which is a natural all-purpose fertilizer. But something that I've been trying to get hold of for a long time, which is potato fertilizer, which I couldn't find anywhere. I found it in my local Wilco a couple of days ago, and it actually was reduced to £1. So today I'm going to be using the organic potato fertilizer, which is spinning all over the place. So first things first, we're going to want to fill this bucket about a quarter way full with compost. So let me just throw some of this in here. This compost was actually some compost and some cocoa coir that I had mixed together. Now, I find the cocoa coir helps to keep the compost nice and fluffy. It helps to keep it loose, which is even better when you're growing potatoes. Potatoes don't like a soggy, heavy, clay-like soil around them. They want something a little bit loose. So yeah, it's just a bag of all-purpose compost that I bought from Wilco, and as I said before, also a bag of cocoa coir. So let's fill this about a quarter of the way full, and then what I'm going to do with the potato fertilizer, I'm literally just going to put a handful. Now these look like small stones, but over time, they break down and fertilize the soil. It's like a slow release fertilizer. So I'm literally a little bit more than one handful. I'm literally just gonna mix that fertilizer in with the compost. Give it a quick mix. And then for a bucket this size, I would usually use 2 potatoes. But I think I'm going to experiment today, and I'm going to put in 3. So, as I said before, these potatoes have been sitting here for a while now, but they've chitted well, or sprouted, or have a large eye on them. So we're going to want to put this part that's growing facing upwards. So I'm literally going to place 3 of these in this bucket. So there you go, as you can see, there's 3 in there. And I'm only going to be planting in this bucket. You know, it's a limited space, so I am literally just going to fill this bucket up with dirt right now. And once it goes outside, I will be leaving it until the plant decides to die back. And hopefully by then, once harvested, we'll have a bucket full of potatoes. So let's fill the rest of this up. You gotta excuse any noise in my background. I live on a main road, and you know how it is in London. Once the sun is shining, everybody goes crazy with their cars and their music. So yeah, I'm literally filling this bucket up, and what I will do, just before I get to the top, I'm just going to put another little handful of the potato fertilizer, sprinkle it around the top, work it in with my fingertips, and then just top off this with some more soil. And it's literally done. That is 3 white potatoes that I have planted. Potatoes that I bought from Sainsbury's. They're not seed potatoes. They're just normal cooking potatoes that I bought from Sainsbury's. And yes, they do grow. I've grown some before. I've harvested some before. And so I'm just going to try this again. So off to the sink we go with this. It needs to be watered in. Right, I literally have a watering can here full of water, and I'm just going to give these potatoes a good soaking in. Before I put them outside on the window ledge to do their thing, and to hopefully give me a good harvest of potatoes in 3 months or so. So I am just soaking this. I'm going to give it a very, very good soak, and I mean literally I'm soaking this until I can see the water run out the bottom. Once I see the water running out of the bottom, then I will call it quits for the day. I'm not seeing any water run out yet. Bear with me, guys. I'm holding this with one hand. A little bit more, and that is that. So this bucket will be going outside onto my window ledge. I'm going to let this bucket remain in the sink for a little while so the excess water can drain off, because as you can imagine, it's heavy. So I'll get back with you when I'm putting it outside. So I'm going to put this outside now. And always remember to label your pots. You'll be surprised how easy it is to forget what you've planted. And there it is. Outside for the next 3 months. Next to some carrots and next to a Scotch bonnet. And if you look down there, you'll see that I've got some more potato plants, some more onion plants. That's another potato. That's actually been planted inside of a paper shredded container. So yeah, there it is. and let's hope that we get a good harvest. So guys, until next time, stay blessed.